What comic artists were I inspired from again? Too many to name. Mark Silvestri, Adam Hughes, Jim Lee, Travis Charest, J. Scott Campbell, Joe Madureira, Brian Hitch, John Byrne. Could kind of just go on forever and ever, but those are kind of some of the main ones, the biggest ones, I guess. Shade Ghoul, thank you. Appreciate that. You're studying Joe Mad while having Frank Cho in the background. Yeah, Frank Cho's another great one, obviously. A lot of amazing artists out there that do incredible stuff. And I'm like, well, I'll never be them, but I just do the best I can and see what I can come up with, right? Gonna prep these to do some light boxing. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, well, it's kind of discouraging a little bit if you let it discourage you to know that you'll never be as good as your favorite artist. Not that I'm trying to ape their art, but I just know I'll never be that good. And that makes me just kind of depressed. Where the hell did I put... I just had something disappear on me, like literally vanish. Hold on, I gotta... It's had a page disappear on me. Oh, Jesus, there it is. Fuck. There it is. Knew it was right here. Sorta. Let's see. There. Okay. Now we're ready to do some light boxing. Let the magic begin, right? Boom, boom, boom. Gotta take out the light box. All right, off with the overhead lamp, on with the light box. Boom, there we go. Cats V6 says this. I hope that's a positive this. Okay, there we go. Pencil. Animation Storm, you need to start doing preliminary sketches before going straight to refined at the start. I mean, I would think that would be yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, I guess it depends on a person's skill level, but I got to work this stuff out beforehand before I go to the final board, which is why I do all the rough, sketchy stuff on a piece of cheap, like, printer paper, and then I light box it onto the final board to get the final lines that I want, and then I get rid of the light box and then tighten it up from there and start inking. Cat V6 says, yo, I'm back. That looks awesome. Well, thanks. Hope you're doing well. Notch off where these borders are going to be so I can pencil them in later. Kat says, unfortunately, I have to quit electronics for a week only because for my health. So maybe I'll see you then. I'm trying to take care of myself. Hey, Kat, I mean, that's something you got to do. You got to put your health first if that's kind of what it is. I mean, if you have to quit electronics for a bit, I mean, I think everyone could stand to take a break from the constant sludge of horrible stories that pop up on our social medias all the time, if that's what it is. So, you know, do what you got to do. Danny Bedrosian, what's up? Jerry Gaines, hello. Mr. Bedrosian, how are you, man? I got those books. I have them. In fact, I recorded a video of that just barely, just an hour ago, of the blood strike that you sent me. Oh boy, is that a thing. Yeah, they showed up. I'm still working out how to do the Zoom thing. It is such a thing. Oh, it had something interesting in it though, and that's kind of what my focus on it was. Is that Liefeld did the layouts and then Fraga did the finishes. So it's interesting to see Liefeld do the starting kind of breakdowns and then have Fraga finish it. And what does their stuff look like combined? And to Fraga's credit, he really tries. He really has like there's a passion for it, and it made it kind of interesting. But it's also kind of like, wow, that was something. Anyway, Cat V6, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it definitely had its moments. It's not the worst Blood Strike issue by a long shot. Yeah, it had some interesting stuff story wise. I'm like, well, this is just another super badass guy running through a building, fighting faceless, nameless, nobody bad guys who we barely see, and they're not a threat. But again, for me, the part that made it interesting was what Fraga was doing on top of it, especially at such a young age. You know, these poor guys that didn't have any real art direction, just kind of like, off you go, make the head smaller. But thanks for sending me that. That's awesome. And I'm excited to look through those Fantastic Four. Yeah, Danny, no problem. I think if we do a Zoom and you record it, we should be able to be all good. You have all kinds of notes, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to most because this conversation we're going to have, Danny, you'll be kind of leading the charge on it because I won't know really anything about it beyond this is the Fantastic Four. So I'm kind of excited to get to sit there and go through it and kind of have you kind of tell me and the audience of kind of like this is what made this special and unique and fun. I flipped through them and I mean I've always known that Simonson's good, but man, that stuff looked fantastic. Which of course I wouldn't expect otherwise, but really neat. Egg, what's awesome, man? Adam Brooks. Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, me and Mr. Bedrosian, we're gonna get together here soon and chat about classic Fantastic Four issues. It's gonna be something very new and very fun. Has anybody here on the any of you guys, Adam, Egg, any of you guys ever used like a free version of Zoom, a Zoom app? I'm trying to figure out if you can record. Like if I do a Zoom call with somebody, does it let you record or is that like a function you have to pay for? Anybody know that for sure? Adam, you use Zoom, never have recorded. So Adam, you don't know if it does though. You just haven't tried. Danny, if the shop had 339 through 341, I would have sent you those as well. because 337 through 341 is one piece of Simonson's arc. His whole run from 337 to 354 is a whole time travel extended arc. Awesome. No problem, Adam. I just thought I'd check. I just have to find somebody. I've got somebody to kind of like let me call them and practice and do a few kind of run throughs, and it's been kind of hard to get that lined up for the moment. Like I'll be able to. I just gotta get with the right person at the right time. I've been kind of busy and doing other shit. Is everyone having a good night? I know the world's full of insanity right now, and every day seems to be like another headline of ridiculousness. So that's why it's fun to get away and just like, you know what, I'm going to draw comic books and not think about the insanity going on in the world. I don't want to think about that right now. Need a break from it. We're all going to lose our damn minds if we're not careful. Daniel, you can see, but I don't have a laptop. I don't have all I have is my phone. That's the problem. I do have access to a laptop, but it's old and glitchy and kind of weird, and the camera's not very good on it. Just draw more monitors, man. It'll get better. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. Like I was saying, all I've got accessible to is just my phone, and so it has to be something that we can do through that. And I can do it like through just the YouTube like live stream app and keep it private. It just makes it a little bit harder to be able to show the comic separately. I'm gonna have to edit around it. I think I can find a way to make it work. Todd, I was just talking with my good friend Danny Bedrosian in the chat. He sent me some comics that we're going to review on the channel. And but we're trying to figure out a way to do some kind of video chat together where I can record it and edit around it, or just save it to the channel. And I was wondering if at the Zoom app on my phone, because that's all I have. I don't have a computer, a laptop, or anything like that. If that'll let us do the Zoom call, but also let us record it and save it. That's what we're kind of trying to figure out. Yeah, Danny. So I've done that several times with people. It's just like I start a live stream, and what I've done before in the past is I just keep it private. It doesn't go live, it's just private. So then it saves it to my account, and then I can download it from there. But yeah, it's just when I open it with my phone, so far, the only way it's accessible to the other person on the other end is through their phone. And then we have both of us live. Like I've had Jessica on. If you've ever seen me and my friend Jessica doing a live stream before together, it's just whatever we're pointing our phone at is we get to see that and get the visuals and the audio. So again, I've done that before. And then what I've done is I then save it. It just automatically saves to my YouTube account as a private video, and then I can download it and edit around it if I need to. Of course, one of the other struggles I ran into is that sometimes, depending on the day, sometimes the audio isn't fantastic for at least one of us. It's kind of okay, but not amazing. I'm such a cheap setup, but it's like, ugh, I keep trying to get money put away to upgrade stuff, but other things keep cropping up. Just draw more monitors. That's still so funny to me, Mr. Todd. Yeah, Danny, that's kind of what I was thinking, considering I was like, I don't know how else this is going to work, where I could, obviously we'll hear my video. I can just turn the camera around and point it at the book and speak, and then, we can just kind of chat about it. I think it will work. Again, I know, I'm sorry, Danny, you're a professional man over here, and I'm over here like this cheap setup thing, and trying to make this work, but I think that would work. I mean, like I said, I've kind of done it before. Um, I think it would work. I'm over here making low budget comics, and I've got a low budget, stupid setup. One of these days, I'll grow up into a big boy and have some real gear. Bullshit. Yeah, Todd, pre-record it and just post it like you do drawing with Jess. Yeah, that's what we do. I don't do it live. It's not going to be a live stream. It'll be the same thing, but it'll just be private. And then, like I said, I can take and cut it down and edit around it and add something to it if I need. And then that works. And then I can just re-upload it and have the version of it up that we want. Like I've done live videos, just me and Jessica, where we were just talking to each other, and I've had a couple of live interviews with some folks, and every time this is the only way we were able to do it. When I talked to Blood Force Mitch, just as what we did, we had to just do it through our cell phones and make it work that way. Hey, channel Growing Pains is actually awesome for you. You're growing. Yeah. Danny, no need to apologize. I have watched the Drawing with Jess segments. I think you just say what you did by privatizing. And yeah, Todd. Don't spend it on a vacuum, dude. God forbid. You're never going to let that one go. You know what? One of these days, I'm going to have a little miniature vacuum to suck up all my pencil erasings and shavings, and you're going to just die. Okay, Danny. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'll message you because I have your phone number. I have your cell phone because we've talked before. So, that's all I'll need to do it when the time comes. I'll message you and kind of see when a time is good for you and me, and kind of combine that and see when we can get together and have some fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Book 1 through 3 scans, never. I'm surrounded by the greatest people. If people weren't busting my chops, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, especially Todd's. Hey, I don't hold it like Larson, where he's like, can't even see it. Hold it to the side. I get that side lead. That's a John Romita Jr. thing. Got to get that side lead laid down to get a nice thick line. Awesome, Danny. Yep. Mr. Todd, thank you though. You're a gentleman and a scholar, or a scholarly gentleman. You're one of those things. Are you still cranking away on the the next issues of your final Transformer series? You know I'll shout it out for you. Now I can. Well, you know what, Todd? I've only been going 30 minutes, although my ass has already taken a pounding on this uncomfortable chair because I sat here and recorded videos for about an hour and a half. So we'll see how far my butt can take sitting in this uncomfortable chair. All right, Dan. Thank you. Have a good night, sir. Todd, you got a new commission to work on? Awesome. Hey, gotta make your nut, right? You know, it's kind of disheartening for me a little bit. Is I'm here, I'm doing my channel. I mean, I show that I draw. Not yet once has anybody asked me to do a commission for them. Now, I may not be able to do it, but like no one has ever asked me, like, hey, I've seen your work, you've got a channel. You want to commission me? Or I commission you, or whatever the fuck that would be. Maybe one of these days, right? Maybe I'll get that luck. But you're out there making some commissions and doing some awesome stuff. And so that's great, man. If you're gonna keep super chatting you, right? You gotta make money somewhere. You can't keep feeding me. Oh, now I feel guilty. Oh, that's funny, man. But you know what? You do great work. All those things I see you working on, I get why people want you to draw some hot cowboy girly in a tub shit or whatever you might be working on at the moment. One person, not people. Same character though, but not in a tub this time. Well, then who wants to see that? I don't want to see a character not in a tub. What do you think I am? Some kind of respectable human being over here? I'm all about girls in tubs or get out of my face. Hey, looking good, Rob. Hey, man, how are you doing? What's going on? Kev. Ugh, damn, stupid actuator arm. Sick of drawing these things already. All this techno mumbo jumbo better be 100% consistent in every shot, or Stan Lee's avenging spirit. You know what? That is enough fear for me to make sure we get it right. Because I don't want Stan Lee's angry avenging spirit. Stan Lee didn't know shit. Yeah, as a kid, you're like, they must have this all worked out. Yeah. Wait, there's 6 wires on his skull in this shot, not 5. Yeah, they must have screwed up. No one, yeah, now you're like, yeah, there was no consistency. They didn't know what they were doing in that respect. Or more like, not that they didn't know what they were doing. They just like, this is not important. Yeah, it's the Marvel method for sure, right? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I got everything you need on this one. Excuse me. Egg, how many pages do I shoot for per comic? Literally don't put any thought into it at this point. I haven't. Those He-Man fan comics, I didn't have a page count. I drew it until they were done. And then the same thing with the one that I just finished. I knew it was going to be much shorter. It's a much smaller story. And I intentionally kept it shorter. I was thinking 30 to 40 pages, maybe, but I just drew it until it was done. And I ended up at, like, I think it's 33 pages, 34, something like this. And I'm not saying that's the right way to go about it, but since I'm making my own comics, there's literally no restriction on page count. I want to draw it to be whatever size it needs to be. And so I do. I might change that in the future, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I don't think about it. I'm not concerned. I want it to be as big as it needs to be to tell the story. Now, there is something to be said for, like, I need to tell the story in 20 pages, so it forces you to edit, cut down, and cut the fat out of it and leave only the necessity. And that is something important to know how to do. But for me, for the stuff I've been doing, I don't concern myself with it. Yeah, it takes how long it takes. That's kind of, again, that's not the only way to do it. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but for the moment, what I'm doing, that's how it goes. Like, I'm working on issue 2. I have no page count to the end. I know the story and I know where it's going to go, and it's going to take as long as it takes. And then we'll just go from there, you know? Yeah, I stacked those books. Again, that last He-Man fan comic, 130 pages of story. That's not including the stuff in the back of it. Egg, I'm counting beans over here. Oh, the Knight Rider theme song. It's the coolest theme song about a car that's sentient AI solving crimes with a cool 1950s greaser. Gonna get your money's worth? Heck yeah. I've been looking forward to this part of this comic forever. I was probably mentioning it the other day, but I've talked for so long about those Rob Liefeld comics where all the guys have the gear on strapped to the side of their head that looks like dicks, like robotic dildos on the side of their face. Well, I'm literally doing exactly that for this guy, and I'm going out of my way to make this headgear look like a giant couple of cocks on the side of his head. And it makes me giggle because I'm a child. And it will be a story point that people are going to point out and laugh at the hero. They're like, what the hell have you got on your head? Then there's Airwolf. Yeah, the only thing I like about Airwolf is that theme song. 2 pages, they converted Cybertron into all solar and traded Hot Rod in for a new Chevy Bolt. Maybe. Egg, you're planning on printing your own comics via your printer. Thinking about cutting some custom cutting some newsprint on 11 by 17 paper and see how it prints. There, that sounds fun. That sounds really interesting. Those would make them very unique, very kind of like collectible. Um, I bet you making the thing like that, like Jim Rugg from Kayfabe, I bet he would just die to see that. I bet he would love it. That sounds like it's right up his alley. He seems to like, fanzines and indie comics with a bunch of unique printing methods made outside of the standard, just sending it to a shop and creating a cliche thing. It sounds like something he would be super into. If you do that, should send one to him. Just the theme song. Airwolf, I don't remember anything about except the helicopter flying around, that kind of wolf howling sound, and then the theme song, and then some goofy looking, what is he, a Swedish dude that plays a cello? I'm like, yeah, I don't care about any of this. I want to see the helicopter shooting things, and, you know. It's actually kind of shocking they made a TV show called Airwolf, especially in that era, because with the limitations on special effects on a TV budget, there's like nothing that they could do outside of recycling the same shots and the same ideas, flying around in a desert, shooting at trucks or shit. Like, it just, by its very nature, in that era, would seem to like get old real fast. You know, this Matrix trailer theme song remix was literally the only good thing to come out of that last Matrix movie. I love this remix of the song. I can't remember the name of it. White Rabbit. But holy shit, was that movie garbage. Yeah, we could only afford 2 minutes of the helicopter this week, and it's on the ground. The blades can't be spinning. Basically, we just have to like use a still picture of it. Egg, you have some screen printing equipment in your basement. I was thinking of printing T-shirts as a poster, maybe a special comics cover, a glow-in-the-dark paint. Those all sound like great ideas, you know? If and when you do whatever it is you decide to do, let me know and I'll shout it out, man. We'll put eyes on it as best we can.
So I run a small business, which is super great, and I love it until tax season hit. I'm expecting to be like a math wizard and a legal expert, a time traveler. I truly did not know what I was doing. I was honestly just hoping the IRS had bigger fish to fry. And then I got on the call with
There was almost not a single cool shot in the entire movie. You're talking about that new Matrix movie? Yeah, what a fucking pile of crap. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I mean, Keanu wouldn't do this unless it was awesome. Like, he's discerning, right? He wouldn't want to fuck up his legacy by doing something completely stupid, would he? Well, he did that, and then he did Bill and Ted, and then he just fucking ruined both of them. I'm like, oh, well, I like Keanu. I like him a lot, but he's not perfect, much as I would like him to be. Egg, you've been drawing along with the alongside with me a lot, so I haven't been chatting so much lately. No, you're fine. I mean, I know you're around. I appreciate you a whole bunch, man. Dan Goodwin, I will be disappointed if the headgear doesn't disappear every other panel. Maybe, Kev, maybe he did it out of loyalty to the project. Maybe, but I don't know. You think that he would like be like, yeah, loyalty to the project would be great, but guys or girls, you know, whatever the hell it is that made those things now, um, is it good? And if it's no good, all we can do is fuck it up. If we don't have like a perfect script, you know, so and a perfect idea. And maybe it sounded good in theory, and then the execution of it just ruined it. Yeah, that last Matrix movie was holy crap, was I disappointed. And I wanted it to be good. So bad. But yeah, Dango, you're disappointed the headgear doesn't disappear. Well, we're going to focus on it because, like I said in all my videos, when the Liefeld headgear looks like robotic dicks, so it literally looking like a couple of metal robotic dildos strapped to the side of his head, and people are going to point it out, and the guy's going to get pissed off. He's like, "What the fuck? They're not dicks. It's the most advanced technology you've ever seen. You don't know what you're." And they're like, "Whatever. It looks like a couple of cocks strapped to the side of your head." You know, my juvenile humor. Egg says, if I get a nickel of traction, I'm going to commission you to do some stuff because I credit you for being an inspiration and a force of nature. That's not an empty promise. Well, thanks, man. You know, I'm just glad to be here doing stuff and having people joining along and having fun. And if I help people get their stuff going, great. My little side gig here has its own rewards, and I'm fine with that. Continuity is for nerds. Yeah. But it's kind of like they kind of fucked the brand over forever. Like, I was just thinking about it because I've been listening to that trailer theme music for a couple days in a row now. And I'm like, the idea of continuing the story where Neo stopped Agent Smith, but then he died, but he negotiated peace with the machines, but the machines kept his body alive and kept his mind trapped. There's all kinds of interesting ideas right there. Like, do that, but I what the fuck was going on? So, like, you guys have lost your minds. All right, man. Thanks for stopping in. Late too much fruit, so my tummy hurts. That is one hell of a internet YouTube handle. I'll just call you Tummy Hurts. I'm just drawing pages to my own comic series. I'm just an enthusiastic amateur is my favorite phrase to call myself. I got that from an episode of Star Trek. Bone Claw. Hey. All things in due time. We're setting up the story. We got to have the hero get out of his cable ripoff gear and be in a bullshit stealth outfit Batman Beyond gear. Then get him involved with the other character he's going to go rescue and have the excessive force crew show up, and then have the Norsemen show up. The Norsemen are, of course, it's an acronym for Ninjas of Ridiculous Size Everywhere. and they're going to show up, and there's going to be a lot of ridiculous bullshit comic book fighting nonsense. You will read it and you will love it. Or I will cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm here for your tears, Earthling. Egg, you say gear? Gear. Gear. Let me move the light box out the way. Oy. Okay. So there's the basic light pencil doodle of the guy. And then the previous page. It's drawn some borders. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, let's get rid of tape. Fucking stupid fucking damn it. Boom. So far off. Do not understand. There. Borders. You know, I think I might call it for the night. An hour is all I can stand tonight. But I basically got these ready to ink on another stream. Probably not tomorrow because I'll have my kids tomorrow afternoon. But Thursday, Jessica might be joining me. I'll hit her up and see if I can tear her away from her husband and like frickin' 4 children and spend time with an idiot on the internet drawing. Internet idiot. Adam, thanks as always. Egg, thanks as always. Todd, thanks as always. And anyone else who's watching and paying attention still. Dan Goodwin says, see if see you. Thanks as always, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Later, guys.